European leaders pledging to provide security guarantees for Ukraine if a ceasefire can take hold. Now, France says that 26 countries are ready to contribute to guarantees, including troops, while the US support for the measures is going to be finalized in the coming days.
Cette coalition des volontaires qui
This coalition of the willing, which is a coalition for peace, has indeed today put on the table and clarified with a military and political commitment the contribution of the 35 members in order to provide these guarantees of peace and security to Ukraine.
Presence can be different. It is in the sky, the sea, and on land. We are also discussing a matter which I believe we will discuss more. It's the backstop of America. We count on it. We are very grateful to America for supporting and being a part of the security guarantees for Ukraine.
Our Europe correspondent Oliver Crook's been watching that meeting for us. Morning, Ollie. Macron there, frustratingly, deliberately vague on the reassurance force. What do we know about who's going to commit what to where and when?
Well, we don't know a lot of the answer to those questions because, as you say, it is a little bit vague, and I think partially deliberately, but partially because this is a very tricky political thing to work out domestically as well. But we did get a little bit more clarity on what exactly is intended here, what the exact commitments are. So again, just to reiterate here, this coalition of the willing, which is 35 nations strong, there's two main pillars that Macron outlined in the press conference yesterday. The first pillar is the principle that there should be no limit to capacity or format for the Ukrainian army, which is, of course, one of the prerequisites that Russia has put on. They effectively want to demilitarize Ukraine in the event of a ceasefire, or I should say a peace deal, but basically a commitment to regenerate the Ukrainian military. The second part, and this is the thing that gets most of the attention because this is the most sort of crucial part, is this reassurance force. And what we got yesterday is apparently there is now a firm commitment of 26 of those 35 nations to commit troops in some capacity as a sort of peacekeeping force in Ukraine the day after. They will not be frontline troops. This is very clear. This is something that Macron made very clear. This is not about antagonizing Russia. This is about deterring Russia. They will be on the soil, potentially the air, and the sea. And of course, there was also that Trump call, which is a crucial part of the meetings yesterday, the discussion with Donald Trump. And what Macron has said from that is that basically the U.S. position is not clarified. We do not know to what degree they are willing to support the security guarantees. That will be clarified over the next couple of days. What we have reported in the past that the U.S. support could take the form of intelligence. It could take potentially air support. Will certainly not involve troops, and potentially also obviously equipment and hardware. Couple footnotes, Lizzie, to make just sort of about all of these sort of grand commitments. The first is there is a question about money and boots and politics, right? We are talking about Keir Starmer and Emmanuel Macron spearheading the coalition of the willing. These are both extremely weak governments that don't have a lot of sway at home, and they don't have a lot of money, right? How do you pay for all of this? And then the last point is all of this planning is for the day after. We are still very much in the day of the war of Ukraine. There has not been any sort of indication that we're getting closer, as far as Vladimir Putin is concerned, to a ceasefire and indeed to a peace deal.